Hey y'all, my name is Anna, welcome to my channel, and today is an interesting video. If you don't already know, I am on a no-buy currently, and I am a project panner, and if you have watched my project pan videos, you might recognize a few of these items. And I made a video about what I decluttered in the past year, and it's usually just 1 or 2 things a month, maybe, sometimes nothing at all. I find that declutters can often do more harm than good if you are doing it for the wrong reasons. Now, if you declutter because you want to make more space in your collection to get new things, then that's probably not the best reason, because that only feeds your consumeristic tendencies. Which I can understand why some people want to do that, but it doesn't help the environment or, I think, your mental space if you just rely on getting more and more stuff and the new stuff all the time. I don't think it's necessarily a healthy thing. But also, if you are decluttering things and constantly throwing things away and not thinking about where this kind of thing goes. If you buy so much, that creates a lot more plastic waste. Long intro aside, I have a very minimal collection, at least I think compared to most, but for that reason I don't declutter a lot because I don't have a lot to declutter. However, I don't know if it's quarantine getting me crazy, and if you notice my voice is weird, it's because I woke up sick this morning. Is it the coronavirus? One can't be too sure. Something about being in quarantine has just made me realize I don't want to keep things to finish up if I don't like them. Crazy, right? Who would have thought? Anyways, with all of that said, let's start going through the things that I got rid of when I went through my collection. Now, this is the e.l.f. makeup removing pen. My mom got this at a discount place for like $1, $1.50 or something, and she gave it to me, and I was like, thanks, I didn't ask for this, but okay. But the thing is, it's completely dry. Like, there ain't nothing in this. And, I thought I'll keep it, and then I'll fill it up with my own makeup remover and use it for travel. No, I'm not gonna do that. This isn't me. So, I guess a lesson here is, even if you're in a no-buy, make it clear to the people around you, don't buy me things if you don't know I'd like it. I'm hoping I can recycle this in some way. It's empty, not from usage, but, this next item was in my project pan, so you might be thinking, why are you getting rid of it? First off, I bought this around a year ago, and it has a 6-month shelf life. And I know that's not always the case, but I'm like, is this hygienic? But the thing is, the other day I was using it, right? Like you do. Then halfway through, all of a sudden, you see something weird about this? So it had a doe foot applicator. It fell off mid-use. It's somewhere in the bottom here. Like, what? I have never seen that done, just with anything product-wise. I don't know if this is something that other people have experienced with this product or just with anything, but I thought it was so bizarre. At first I was like, that's okay, I'll keep it and I'll apply it with this stupid little plastic stick. And then I was thinking the other day, I'm like, why? Why? It's already probably unhygienic at this point. But it fell apart. If that's not a sign to declutter it, I don't know what is. Now this next item, also in my project pan, this is the Milani lipstick in the shade Teddy Bear. I bought this sophomore year. I started getting into makeup, but I didn't know just about anything about it. I'm gonna swatch on my leg because I can't do it on my other hand because I'm holding the camera. So I've never swatched on my leg. I don't know what the heck's going on with my life right now. So it's this interesting, almost like terracotta-ish undertone. It looked awful on my lips. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm a neutral to cool undertoned kind of gal. I looked dead when I wore it. And I bought it with a lip liner that matched. So I used up the lip liner as a blush. Don't ask how. I ain't gonna explain it. But I finished that. And I was like, okay, now moving on to this. I use it as like a bronzer. Honestly, this color as a bronzer on me, it's like okay, but this is like 2, maybe 3 years old, and I'm never gonna finish this. I got a ton of use out of this, but it's never been the color, and the lesson from this is know what colors look good on you. They have these little recycle symbols, all of Milani's products, and so I think that means all of their packaging is recyclable if I dig out the product, and that's what I'm thinking I'm going to do. I'm hoping that'll work. It took me a long time to realize how I felt about this blush. I bought this impulsively first off, which was a mistake. I started my no-buy soon after this because I realized I have a problem. And I went back and forth for a long time, not sure how I felt about it. Just the other day, I realized that I actually low-key, high-key hate it. I don't know if you can tell from the swatch on my leg. It is a glittery blush. Now, I like some glow, some shimmer, because I'm dry skin, so, you know, we like that here. I don't really want glittery cheeks. Because the thing is, this looks okay at first, wears off, and all of a sudden, you're just glittery. And I so wanted to, like, finally finish a blush completely. I just don't want my first blush that I use up to be something that I hate panned. I'm done. I'm done. I realized recently that what I was doing was that I was punishing myself for my past bad decisions. You know what you can do instead of that? Just don't make those same bad decisions again. Learn from something and move on. If you don't like a product, you don't have to force yourself to use it because you made a bad decision and now you have to pay for it. Makeup's supposed to be fun. You see, I wasn't using my other cream blushes because of this. This next product is really stupid that I kept. I had this in my project pan. I took it out because I realized, oh, I don't like this as a face highlight. Because you know what? It's glittery as heck. This is the swatch of it. You can't really see that well. It looks like it'll be pretty, you know? But like that blush, what happens is once it wears off, all that's left on your cheeks is glitter. And I'm not into that. I'm really not. And I kept it after I realized that. I was like, you know what? I'll use it as a body shimmer. I am not gonna put glitter all over my clavicle and legs. Some people like doing that. That's great. I am not one of those people. This next product is a weird story, gotta say. This is the Physicians Formula Happy Booster Face Powder. You might be thinking, face powder? Sis, that ain't no face powder. That's a blush. Oh boy. So yeah, you can see it's pink. If you know what these look like, it's a powder with a bunch of little hearts everywhere in different tones of heart. One that's more tan, one that's lighter, and all different kind of variations. And I don't know what skin tone they're trying to cater to, but the answer is no one. But there was one little bright pink heart right here. And it didn't show up that much. I used it a ton, and it was a little bit pinky, but not that much. But what happened was all of the different colored powders did not have the same formula. There were the lighter ones, which flew by a lot faster. They were a lot less firmly pressed. And so what happened was I had a bunch of little pans here and there for where there's lighter colors were. And then the darker shades didn't really show as much use. And so it created these little holes that caused it to crack and crumble. So I was like, that's okay, that's alright, I can repress it, it's all good. But what I think happened is the pink was so firmly pressed when I like broke it all up and mixed it together, is that when I repressed it, the pink was like unleashed. It unleashed its fury. This is not pigmented enough to be a good blush, but it's too pigmented to use on the rest of my face. So it's kind of useless, and look at the packaging. It's broken. It's at least 2 years old, so like I really got use out of it. I'm thinking I'll probably empty out the product and recycle this plastic packaging. This last product isn't a makeup item, but I figured I should include it anyway. It is this John Frieda Frizzi's styling cream. Now, my mom gave this to me like a year ago because she was going the curly girl method. So she got rid of a lot of the items that weren't curly girl friendly. And I was like, I have straight hair, okay, I can use this. And it's been like having barely any product for the past year. And I've had to force myself to use this. And I can only use a tiny bit or else my hair looks greasy. And it's just not a product that I want. Every time I reach for it, I was like, oh, I forgot about this. I gotta use it. I'm never gonna finish it. If it's had so little product and I can't even finish it in a year, it's just not gonna happen. And I've come to terms with that. I don't know how to dispose of this, but it's gotta go. Now, y'all are gonna have to excuse the absolute mess that I look like right now because, again, I'm sick, and maybe or not, I haven't taken a shower in like 2 or 3 days. But regardless, I do have a few items. If you don't already know, I live in 2 houses currently, but I have some makeup that stays at each house, but then a lot of it recently has been traveling back and forth. Because of that, those were the items I decluttered from this house. I do not have, like, any makeup that I want to get rid of there. However, there is a few brushes that I'm thinking I don't want to keep. This is, these two were part of a 5-piece set that I got. One of the first brushes I ever bought, actually, when I started getting into makeup. It was like 360 Beauty. I think it was like the CVS house brand, if I remember correctly. But, yeah, it had a little brush to like brush out your lashes, but those fell off, and I think I just ended up breaking off the rest because they were like so sparse. Yeah, I just don't want something that's only like halfway used, and I have plenty of spoolies for eyebrows, and I just don't need this. This is the type of brush that I just never use. It's not bad quality, it's just not a shape I reach for. I think you typically would use this to put on foundation. I don't wear foundation, and even if I did, I wouldn't use this. And yeah, I typically just like fluffier brushes and not as dense brushes because I don't like super thick amounts of makeup. Similar with this because it's super dense. It's really soft, really nice, but it is the deluxe crease brush. My eyes are way too small for this to be a crease brush for me. And because it's so dense, I just never use this much like product in my crease. So yeah, it's just not something that I ever use. And this one is also from, oh, I forgot to say, this is Real Techniques, if you didn't recognize the packaging. This is also Real Techniques. I got this in a little set of 4. And this is the Precision liner brush, if I remember correctly. It's supposed to be this tiny little pencil brush. Whenever I want like a liner brush, I get like a angled one. I'm gonna ask family or friends to see if they want this. Otherwise, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with these. If you have any suggestions, I would love to hear them. Also wanted to add this tiny little brush that came with a Milani eyeshadow palette. I have 2 of them because I had 2 of those palettes, and I'm going to give this to my mom because she does not have any eyeshadow brushes, and these are actually really good considering, like, they're just ones that came with the palette. They're like really soft, and I don't need 2 of them, so yeah. But anyways, if we count up all the totals, I decluttered 5 makeup items. I have 1 hair care, 1 skin care? What would you consider this? I have no idea. And I also decluttered 4 brushes, so that means in total I decluttered 11 items, and 10 of them are makeup related. So yeah, that is the biggest declutter I've ever done, I think. I know this isn't that big of a declutter, but it is for me. Yeah, I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope that maybe it inspired you to stop punishing yourself for bad decisions that you made in the past that you've learned from. I'm talking to myself. Because if something ain't working for you, if it's a bad color or a bad formula or just getting old or if it's falling apart, you don't have to keep it. Just be conscientious of how you declutter it, and if you can give to other people or shelters or just anything, and recycle packaging that you can. Yeah, just don't declutter just to declutter. Make sure you're decluttering things with purpose, and that if you do, you're not just doing it so that you can buy more things, you know what I mean? And I'm not here to tell you what to do. That's just my suggestion from my experience and just what I think is good for people and our environment in general. But yeah, ramble aside, I hope that you are staying safe, staying healthy, unlike me, apparently, and that you have an amazing day. Bye!